right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Geomologist Presents. Tonight, finally, after all the holidays and all the interruptions and all the unfortunate postponements of the game, we're going to try to finish our delve into Top Secret, the adventure that BJ Boyd is using and has come up with, Top Secret New World Order. And I'm not going to be running tonight, but instead, BJ Boyd of the Arcane Alienist will be running the game. So I guess it's your turn to take it away, BJ.
All right, thanks. So we are going to pick up in the middle of your mission to stop the infamous White Queen. This is a freelance espionage agent. No one knows her actual identity or has ever actually gotten a clear glimpse of her face. What's happened so far is these two agents of ICON, the International Espionage Agency known as ICON, were sent to Riga in Lithuania to stop her. She has kidnapped a scientist who I think the intelligence indicates on behalf of Russia to have this guy weaponize his biomedical research. And you've come to Riga to intercept before she can abscond with him to Russia. What you've learned is she has him held on a ship docked in the bay, and supposed to fly out tonight via helicopter. You managed to sabotage the helicopter. It was a private charter helicopter that she'd arranged for. You guys got wind of that and sabotaged the helicopter and have placed other agents of ICON, kind of alerted them so they can stop any sort of escape that way. So now it's left for you to go to the ship and try to extract, what was this guy's name again? Dr.
Strangelove.
Dr. Strangelove.
It could be.
Dr. Belyakov. Dr. Belyakov. From the Azov, an infamous Russian vessel that they claim is a research vessel, but I think that pretty much everyone in the international community understands that it is a spy vessel.
Mm.
Yeah.
To look at it, it looks like Jacques Cousteau's vessel, and you think, oh, it's a marine research vessel, but I think everybody knows it's a spy ship.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay. Well, we did some other. Oh, yeah, we sabotaged that. Yeah, I guess.
So this is just a reminder of how Top Secret New World Order works. When you attempt a task that requires a die, it's a pool of 3 dice. One is based on your attribute. The second one is based on tradecraft or the skill you have in that particular area, and then the third one is just kind of inherent difficulty based on what you're doing. But you roll those 3 die. You got to beat a 13. If you roll a natural 1 on your attribute die, that puts a tick on the stress meter here. If you look on the screen, we're at a 13.2 right now. It starts as a 13. As long as that's at 13 something, the difficulty, the target for success is 13. But if it goes up to 14, then it becomes 14. As you get critical successes on your attributes die, meaning you roll the maximum, that die can explode and you keep adding, but that will also push it back down. It can never go below a 13, but you can get it worked back to the base 13.
Okay.
You also have the ability to call on fortune. You don't know how many fortune points you have. Only the DM does. They roll a d6, which I've done for you guys. And you can call on fortune to re-roll a die in your die pool, or to avert, to cheat death, or to avoid damage if you'd like. You really won't know if you're out of fortune until you ask for fortune, and the game master says, "Well, nope, you're out." So it's sort of you have it, but you never know exactly how much, and you never know when it runs out until it runs out, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. And it's been a while since we played, so we may have to stop and talk through the mechanics from time to time to remember how this all works. But I think from when we've played before, once we kind of get going, it all starts to move pretty quickly once we kind of clear the cobwebs out of our memories. So,
Yeah.
But our two agents are guys. Why don't you remind me who your agents are that you're playing?
Okay. Go ahead, Amy.
All right. I am playing Agent Twilight, and she was a former actor. And she got into Icon, and she's got 2 reputation points, and that's who she is.
All right. And I am playing Agent Apollo, as played in the movie or series show by the late Carl Weathers. So he is, what is he? We have like classes, I can't remember. He has a police background.
Mm-hmm. It'll be on your dossier tab.
Yeah, I'm on the dossier tab. I can't remember. Do we have like classes and stuff in this?
I think it's just more how you built your character. Yeah.
Okay. Well, he's definitely he's not really like is he a fighter? Can he fight? I think he can fight, but he's mainly he just knows a lot of languages. That's just kind of funny, and he's kind of in a way the face of the group. But every time he's tried to do it, he's totally messed up, and it's ended up being a gunfight. Yeah. So I guess he can shoot. Can he pilot and he's not so bad at piloting a watercraft too. But cool. We can actually do that. That's just crazy. All right. Okay. That's Apollo.
All right. It occurs to me I should probably open your character sheets on my computer so I can see what's going on as well.
Yeah.
That doesn't make it as much fun for us.
Right.
Just kidding. Just kidding. While you're doing that, I'm showing the character sheet on my screen so people can see. There's health and speed, the attributes, and the tradecrafts, and then various skills. And we do have a lot of skills.
Yeah.
And dry cleaning is physical surveillance. I'll never forget that one.
Yeah, you gotta learn the spy lingo for what they mean when they say dry cleaning, wet work, All right. So one thing as we begin as you guys are preparing to kind of plot your strategy for how you want to infiltrate the ship. You do also learn that a storm is going to be moving in, and so you will be working. The ship will be out in the port, but you'll be also having to contend with rain and wind, thunder as the storm squall is moving in.
I wonder how they were going to fly the helicopter in that, but okay.
They won't.
Well, they won't now. I mean, but it's interesting how they were planning. Well, maybe the storm was sort of all of a sudden, and they're like, "Oh yeah, we'll be fine." Oh wait, the storm. It's kind of funny.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can fly a helicopter in a rainstorm.
Yeah, it's not super.
Not ideal, but
no, it's not
Definitely.
a great idea. Especially if there's high winds, it's not a great idea. I don't know how bad the storm is.
Let me see what the weather report says. Let me check what the. And this is the White Queen. This is the sort of starter adventure that comes with the top secret New World Order box set.
Yep.
Shipside. A heavy storm will hit the area soon.
Oh, that's very.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, Twilight is definitely. She's gonna.
Yep, it is windy. It is definitely windy.
Oh.
Here's how the box text says to set the scene. The wind whips crazily through the harbor as the storm makes its approach. Waves crash with violent regularity against the pier, and lightning flashes intermittently.
That's funny.
In the Gulf, well out of the navigation lanes, a large research vessel sits anchored, its rusty hull rising and falling upon the buckling tide. Only its running lights and the frequent lightning mark its position. So yeah, you got a good storm going on here. But let's back up. How do you guys? What's your plan for getting onto the ship?
Are we sneaking in? Or are we just gonna like walk right up the gangplank? Or
Well, I was thinking because Agent Twilight.
It's not at a dock. It's actually anchored out into the water.
Yeah, so we'd have to take a boat over there. But I was thinking that maybe we could take a boat over there or see if we can have Icon place, a quote unquote radio call to them that please don't leave. You have a research scientist on the way, and it would be in your best interest because they're studying this kind of weather, kind of bluffing it off. So I was thinking then Agent Twilight's deception can come into play. Her acting, backstabbing, disguising, and impersonation and accents.
wait, so it's out in the harbor? It's not.
Yeah. It's not like it's not up on a pier or a dock where there's like a gangplank. You would have to take like a helicopter or a boat out to it.
What would be easier for Icon to get us, a helicopter or a boat? I'm thinking a boat since we've scuttlebutted their helicopters to our best of our ability.
I say a boat, and we try to like sneak on.
Yeah,
and find this guy and jump off.
Okay,
that's my idea. We can't. I mean, I don't know. I don't think they're going to be really paranoid. I don't know if the deception is going to work at this point.
I have tactical swimming. Could we maybe put on some scuba gear and swim out to it, or have a boat drop us off and then we go in? Or Icon might have those underwater. I don't know what they're called. You put your hands on them, you're underwater, and it pulls you along. They use it a lot.
Yeah. So I also the other part of the mission is the United States submarine is waiting under the surface a little farther out.
Okay.
So the mission was to get him off the boat and take him to the sub.
Yes.
Okay. We need a boat. We need a boat. Well, is there? Hopefully, there's like a secondary boat on the ship. If not, we're going to be swimming in stormy seas. But that should be fun.
Won't be that bad.
I say like one of those little, Zodiac boats, and then we'll, if we have to swim, it'd be nice if we can get as close as possible, and if not, we'll have to scuba it or swim in there, type of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm thinking.
Okay. Does Apollo have any like demolitions or anything like that?
Does he have demolition? We're gonna sink the boat now?
I'm just thinking ahead of time. No, like once we get on the boat, we want to distract them. Could we?
Yeah, I mean, I could jury rig something. We don't need to take anything. I can blow things up adequately.
I mean, I have demolition and improvised explosives and surviving explosions and weapons of mass destruction at a D12.
Oh, geez. Okay.
I don't know why, but I do.
Oh, wait.
You're talking about and you were talking about a DVP, a diver propulsion vehicle.
Yes.
I remember one of my favorite G.I. Joe figures had that. He was a Navy SEAL wetsuit. He came with a little, you just hold on to him and it drags you along, and you can swim. It lets you go faster than you could swim under your own power.
Yeah.
It's just a tiny little propulsion device.
Yep. I just think that would make sense if we had something like that. But
yeah, I think there's a James Bond movie where they use those also. There's a fight underwater.
It's very spy-like.
Yeah.
And I'm down for it. So, what do you think, Apollo? Have two of those with a boat that we anchor off to the side, kind of in between, and then we stealth scuba in, or are you
Yeah, yeah.
thinking?
I think we stealth scuba in.
Yeah, the station can give you scuba gear, uh, uh, one of those rigid, it's the inflatable boat, but it's pretty rigid. Like you always see the Navy SEALs like
Yeah,
use it on
Yeah.
TV. Or they could provide you with those underwater things.
I think the underwater ones would be better, right? Because could one of those propel two people through the water? So, like, if we get the doctor out, can like one drags the doctor and the other one just uses that, or do we need a third one?
Um,
We'll just be dragging the doctor, I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
We just need an extra like rebreather or scuba tank or whatever.
yeah.
Yeah,
Probably a rebreather. That seems more spy-ish.
very spyish. And it'd probably be a little bit easier to carry on our persons, right?
Yep.
All right.
Mhm.
And I say let's go. Because if they're supposed to leave out about 7 p.m., what time approximately is it?
It's still, I would say it's still afternoon. We're kind of at the phase where you guys are planning your next move
Okay.
in the station and requesting gear.
Okay.
Okay. I think that's the plan.
Okay.
We got it.
All right. And I think we need to have our plan radioed over to the USS Raleigh so that they know
Hmm.
to be on the lookout for us, and maybe they can use maybe some of their sonar to keep track of where we might be as well.
Okay.
Mhm.
So if we need assistance getting the doctor and it looks as though we're not making good progress, maybe they can send a team out to help retrieve us as well.
Yep.
All righty. And I
They
will.
do make they do make those propulsion things for one or two divers.
Yep.
Okay, so it'd probably be best to bring two of them that are for two divers. That way it doesn't matter which one we grab, we can go.
Mhm.
And Twilight is making absolutely certain to have her little white. I think she was leaving a black queen instead of a white queen,
Okay.
just to kind of spoof at the white queen. I think she left a black queen last time, so I think she'll leave another one this time.
Mhm.
All right.
She is ready to go. The only other thing I can think of that maybe we would need to do is make sure that we have extra clips for our guns, and maybe, I don't know if we really utilize any sleeping gas, but if we have anything like that.
They just have standard, you know, guns and ammunition. Silent. You can get a silencer, but as far as those super, Q branch kind of stuff, that would have been anything you brought with you.
Yeah.
They don't have a lab to whip up the zany
I'm
stuff.
I'm thinking it's probably out of the realm of possibility that her sniper rifle will be going with, so I think she'll take a couple of handguns.
You can take it. They have
They have one I
stuff
can
you can
take. Okay.
well or you can. I mean, they have a thing you can put it in so that it doesn't get wet.
Okay. So
A waterproof.
she'll take her handgun and her sniper rifle, because anything else
Mhm.
she has improvised stuff she can do.
Yeah, they can give you the kind of stuff to kind of sheet. The I can't remember the sleeves. You can put guns in. To carry them in. They have waterproof ones. So that
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay. She'd like to do that. And I think she's ready to go whenever you are, Apollo.
I'm ready when you are.
Let's go. Let's head out then. I mean, it's what, about 1 o'clock? We're going to have to get out there, get onto the boat, and slowly make our way over there without being really spotted. Maybe pretending to be fishermen. What do you think? Apollo?
No, we just go in the Zodiac. Like, we don't need to pretend to be anything. We just go in the Zodiac, swim, and dive in the water and swim out there.
Okay.
Go ahead and make it. That'll just attract attention. No fisherman in his right mind would be caught out here in this storm.
Okay.
But scuba divers, though.
Yeah. Yeah. The storm, I mean, the sun is going down by the time the storm rolls in.
Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Okay. Yeah, so then we'll, but let's see. Surviving explosions. That's funny. That's a funny skill. Okay.
All right.
Yeah, there are a lot of skills. Although I wonder how many skills in this game. I was looking at another game recently. Actually, the new version of Hardmaster Celestia that Celestia has come up with. It's actually pretty good. But there's like 71 skills.
I have a lot.
Or something like that. It's pretty funny. I thought it was pretty funny, especially nowadays. But this game. How old is this game anyway? This one, or is that sort of a legacy from?
This game was first published in 2017.
Okay, so it's not that old, but it has that kind of gajillion skill sensibility, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Well, speaking of that, what do we need to roll to scuba ourselves out there? Because I have Arctic survival, but it's not really Arctic. Desert survival, forest and overland survival, jungle and swamp survival, mountain survival.
No, you can. I mean, between the storm and it being dark in the storm, it's pretty easy to get out there without being seen.
Good. Didn't know if I needed to use my tactical swimming.
No. Not at this point. Maybe later. Depends on what happens.
Alrighty. So I'm assuming, what side do you want to come in on, Apollo? Because, I mean, I don't know which way the research for this vessel is pointing. Is it horizontal to us, vertical to us?
What do you mean?
I mean, what part of the boat are we heading to? The side, the front, the back?
Are one of you piloting the boat, or piloting the boat? That's a different matter. I forgot. So, there's they're not going to see you, but you do have to get out there in the middle of a storm, I guess.
Right.
Yeah. So, are we piloting, or
you having somebody them, or is one of you driving the boat? Pilot watercraft is the skill.
Well, I have a D8.
I have a D10. I have sailing, skipper, helmsman, and tactical swimming, all at D10.
You do it then.
What about pilot watercraft?
Yeah, that's it.
D10. D10.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go ahead and make a pilot watercraft check.
Okay, so it's definitely a D10, and then there's the other 2 dice that go with it.
Yeah, it'll be your I gotta look at your skills to look, which should tell you what attribute goes with it though.
Pilot watercraft is reflex, which is D10, and if I'm sailing, I also have a D10.
Yeah, it's not a sailing. This is a motorboat. So.
Skipper helmsman.
Yeah. With D10 either way, right?
I have 4 D10s. I have D10 for pilot watercraft, D10 for sailing, D10 for...
Oh, I see what you mean. I'm looking now. Now that I'm looking, so pilot watercraft itself, and then you've got subspecialties.
Right.
But they're all D10, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's just the basic pilot watercraft.
Okay, so you just want me to roll 1 D10, or...
It's your whatever your reflex is, which is a D10,
Mm-hmm.
and then a D10 for your pilot watercraft, and then a D6 for the third die, which I'm blanking on what you call that.
The
Asset die.
Asset, yeah, or something.
Yeah.
So not super great.
What'd you get?
I wasn't adding them up because I thought it would stay. So I got a 3 on the D6 and the D10.
I think it was an 8.
It's 11.
So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, you got it. 13.
Okay. Alrighty. Okay.
All right. That makes it.
Yay! Because it's not choo choo choo. And it's not
let's
pew
see.
pew pew.
Let's see. The ship is anchored in the Gulf rather than docked for security reasons. Let's say I'm going to roll a D6 or a D. Let's just roll a D4 if I can find the red roll dice. So since you got to kind of go out there, it's not like it's just a couple minutes and you're there. We'll see how many of these checks you're going to have to make.
Okay.
3. So you've already made 1. So you'll make a second one.
Okay, so
when you're about 2/3 of the way there.
So D10, it's an 8. A D10, 6, 13, and then a D6.
Yeah, you're gonna make it.
Okay.
All right.
Second one.
So you're about 2/3 of the way there. Go ahead and make one more check.
Alrighty. First D10.
And I think you can drag all the dice over into
I got a
the
10
box.
on that one.
Oh, so as long as you don't roll 1s on both your other ones, you'll be good to go.
And another.
Which is the one that...
All right.
And another D10.
Oh, wait a minute. And that first one explodes, so you can...
Yeah.
You can.
Then my
you can roll.
Second one would too. Then.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can. If it's a... Yeah, I guess we get there.
You're still on your attribute dice. It exploded. Roll it again. All right. So you got a 28 just on your reflexes.
And then 29, and then the 6. 30.
That's a good thing.
Those were bad.
Yeah. So is there like an added effect because of that?
I believe. Let's see what happens when what it says to do when a attribute die explodes. I think you're supposed to do some kind of narrative.
Yeah, I mean, we get super close. We don't even have to get our...
Well, for one thing, every time it explodes, I get to lower. I lower one of these things here, so you've knocked a point off the tension track.
Nice.
Well, it exploded twice.
Extraordinary success. Each time the die bursts, it becomes an extraordinary success. Each level of extraordinary 6 gains a one-time boon to the agent that must be used on the current or following actions.
Okay.
So
I have a boom, whatever that is.
Boom. That means you get to a boon means you get to roll the next size die higher.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Burst 2 times. The player gets to, and since you did it twice, you get to up the tradecraft test by 2.
Oh, good.
Okay. So you don't up your attribute dice, you up your tradecraft die on your next attempt. But you get to boost it up by 10. So, all right. This is kind of cool because it's got a table in here. It says if the pilot fails, it's like you hit a wave. Everybody has to make a reflex check.
Nope. We are one with
Not
the
today.
And then there's a table to see what happens if you fail. Like you get thrown overboard. Use a boat flip. So you averted some disaster there. Okay, so you're able to get up to the side of the boat. They've given you some like ladders, tactical ladders that you can like I'm assuming it's like Batman. You kind of
Stick them on the side.
shoot them up onto the rail with a hook, and then you can scale the side of the
Cool.
which I guess would be that in and of itself is a check.
Okay.
Right.
For climbing?
Well, no, I mean to land a shot.
Oh, jeez. Well,
I would say I would say let Twilight do it because she's.
I know you just get a bonus.
It's a double boost.
Yeah.
Okay, what am I doing for that? I have.
I'd say it's probably more or less a firearm skill to land it because it's a,
Okay.
Like a grappling hook. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I have thrown and projectile weapons.
You could do. You could do. You could either do it. We could call that climbing check.
Or long gun.
Or a long
gun. Yeah.
My long gun or my thrown projectile weapons is a D12. Climbing is a D10. And if it goes up too.
Well, so a D12, then you get to add. You would add a D4, but then you get as a double boost. So you just get add a D6 to the die pool, in addition to the 3 you normally would roll.
Okay. So what would I roll?
You'd roll your.
Are you wanting me to do the marksman weaponry or the climbing?
It'll be reflex.
It'd be reflex.
Okay.
So you D10 for your reflex, a D12 for your marksmanship.
Okay. So
and then a D6 for the
7,
asset, but you get another D6 for.
13.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, so you
only need a 12 right now, right?
17. Oh, let me have my fun. 17. 19.
Okay, so you're able to get this thing just dead on. It's secured. Like somebody, it would take effort for someone to dislodge this.
Good.
From where you hooked it.
And hopefully no one can see it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, and then we climb up, I guess now.
Yeah, you can climb up.
Was that rappelling or?
We need the Mission Impossible, music going in the background, don't we?
Dun, 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 dun.
Dun, dun,
yeah, I would say it's a rappelling.
Rappelling or wall climbing? Because I have a D10 in that.
I guess rappelling is going down.
Yeah.
It's either.
So we could do wall climbing.
Okay.
And since you've got that really secure thing, I would go ahead and give you. We'll call that a D8 asset instead of a D6.
Okay, so D10, D8, and then because I have wall climbing at D10, my reflex is a D10, and then it would be a D8. So 2 D10s and a D8.
Okay. And then I think Apollo, you got a D10 in climbing, don't you?
No, I have a D8. So it'd be D8, D8, and the D6. You said.
Oh yeah. Yep. No, you get a D8 because she did such a good job on securing that.
I think I did this wrong. I don't think I'm going to do it where you put it all together. So it's a D10, right? I roll the D10 first or the D8 first? D10?
Yeah.
That'd be
for your reflex.
That's 5.
3D8 for me. Yep.
9.
Ooh, barely 14.
I only got a 10.
You only got a 10.
Well, because on my D8, I got a 1.
Well, your asset dice. You haven't rolled your D6 or D8 for the asset dice.
Yeah, I did. I got a 1.
What'd you roll for your reflex?
Oh, don't ask me to go back because it doesn't save it off to the side. I missed it by 1 when you added up the 2 D10s and the D8.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
You fall and die. Get caught in the propeller.
Well, is this a time when I should ask for one of the fortunes or?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could ask for a fortune.
Or should I hold on to that?
No, it's very good to use it.
if you're going to 240 years ago, there was something on here about what happens if you fall.
I'll just go ahead and see if I can use a fortune point. Because there's got to be at least one.
Choppy water, climbing the ladder, reflex attribute checks for the failure result in falling back into the sea or onto the boat, but without damage. So you just slip and fall into the water and have to try again.
Okay, well then I'll do that and I'll just try again. You go ahead on up, Apollo.
Since you only missed it by one, I'll say you don't fall in the water. You catch yourself kind of near the bottom of the rope and have to just try again.
Okay. So try now or do Apollo first?
I already did it.
He made it.
Oh, okay. So 2 D10s and a D8 again, or 2 D10s and a D6?
Yeah. It's still a D8.
Okay. So that, man, it's rolling crappy. 9. No.
You should have had a D10. That should have been a D10. You rolled 2D8.
Oh, sorry. Yay, it blew
There
up.
you go.
Yay,
all right.
It blew up, so.
All right, you make it.
Yay. Scurry on up like a little mouse.
Okay.
So do I get a +1 on my next one because I blew up one of those, or not really?
Oh, I thought that was your skill die, not your attribute die. The first one's the only one that can blow up.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Then no. Okay.
All right. So you guys are up on top of the
boat.
Okay, you kind of come up. I'm assuming probably like midship.
Wherever we could blend in the easiest and get out of the way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hopefully blend in. That's always a thing.
Here we go. Above. I got to look at the diagram of the ship now. You know what? Give me just a second.
No problem.
Trying to look at the PDF on my computer, and it's not that easy to scroll back and forth. So I'm just going to grab the book, just sitting right beside me. So I'll just do that. The White Queen.
So Apollo, where do you think they would be keeping the doctor? You think they'd be keeping him? Obviously not in the brig. That doesn't make any sense.
Right.
But
so you come up on the main deck. There is you got kind of the main deck where you can walk around, and then there's an upper deck, with like portholes and doors that sets on top of the main deck. And then there's actually a couple of levels, so you've got kind of like 3 stories above the main deck.
Oh, do we have I thought you had a picture of the boat.
Yeah, I do. Let me grab that for you. Thank you for reminding me of that.
I know I saw a picture of the boat somewhere.
Don't be cheating.
No, he had it earlier.
Oh. So again, Apollo, where do you think they would be keeping the doctor? Maybe up on, I don't know if they'd be keeping him up on the way, all the way up at the top, because isn't that where the admiral would be?
Probably below decks, right? I mean,
so I'm thinking get on and find a way down, or do we want to find somebody that we can maybe pull aside and interrogate ourselves?
that might be the quickest way to do it.
Interrogate someone?
Yeah, find someone and interrogate them.
So yeah, you guys kind of come up on the main deck, and then there's sort of a, upper deck, and then there's sort of the actual another thing up here, and then there's the bridge, which is kind of even a third level above the main deck.
Okay. So I'm assuming we came up towards the back of the boat?
Probably so, yeah.
Okay, so do we by any chance see anybody? Is this where I would use my dry cleaning? My physical surveillance?
All right, so you guys probably came up kind of back here where they've got like a cargo crane and a winch, up here. Okay. All right. Well, let's see what happens on the main deck then. The main deck. All right. So you guys slip over this side here. Go ahead and make we need to do some kind of, what's the equivalent of stealth, just to kind of hide.
Oh. I don't know.
Stealth. They're under exfiltration, infiltration.
Yeah, stealth. So
I have a D6.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, I'm not good at stealthing. I have a D6, and that's suave nerve, which I have a D6. So I guess it's 2D6 and whatever else you want me to roll.
so it'd be 3d6.
Okay.
Yeah, so for me, it's a 2d10 and a d6.
Nope, that was your attribute dice.
4.
Bane. You rolled a 1.
Yeah, I know. This is terrible. I have a sum total of 5 in 3 dice.
Wow. Well, we'll get into a fight, and then we'll see what happens.
Or I'll use a fortune point, one or the other.
I got a 13.
Okay.
Well, you go ahead and find him, and if I caused any commotion, I'll figure a way out of it, Carl.
Well, we'll see what the consequences are.
Let's see what the consequences are. Let's see, you're done undercover at night. Yeah, guys, sorry, but the rules kind of faded from memory after a couple months.
Well, I'm going to change dice here, because now that set of dice are in timeout. They're not behaving.
Is surveillance a skill?
Surveillance? I have surveillance, but I don't know where it is.
Electronics? It's not. It's the module says surveillance, but to me that seems more like a perception or stealth.
Yeah, I guess we have to check against their. Is it opposed roll, maybe?
Well, he asked about surveillance.
Team will need to make surveillance checks to remain undetected.
I'm looking for surveillance. There's so many.
Okay.
That it's not easy for me to find these. Hold on. Skydiving, negotiation, sniper, persuasion. Let me know when you've found surveillance, Carl. Does it say what it's under? I have video surveillance and electronic surveillance.
Yeah, I think maybe physical surveillance.
Oh, okay. So that is the dry cleaning stuff. So
Well, those subspecs are just if you're
well, there's physical surveillance, which I have a D6, and then dry cleaning, foot tailing.
Yeah, to me this seems more like infiltration at this point, though. You're just trying to not get seen as you sneak around. So, okay. Did you want to use a fortune point to re-roll that?
Yeah. There's no way I can roll 3 D6s and not even get a 5. This is terrible.
Yeah, we need a 12 now, right?
No, it's
13.
13.2, so I need what? 14?
You just need a 13.
Okay. So 3d6s again, because you're still having me roll stealth, or you?
No, you just re-roll one thing from the die pool.
What do you mean?
So you rolled 3 dice. If you spend a fortune point, you can re-roll one of the dice from the 3 you
The
rolled.
first one.
Then there's no way I can make it unless I get a 6. Exactly. So that's a waste of a fortune point. There's no way. I have 2 1s and a 2. There's no way that even if I get a 6 and add it to the 3,
Okay.
I can't make 13.
All right. So just let it stand then.
There's absolutely no way I can be successful with that roll.
Okay. Well, there's no one when you come up over the thing. There's no one here that you see.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You're gonna remain like. I guess the question is, which way do you go?
Well, I was asking Apollo, and he hasn't answered.
What are you asking me?
Do we want to go look for someone to interrogate, or do we want to start trying to get down into the ship? I'd rather find somebody who can tell us where the doctor might be.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's probably easier than systematically searching the ship and eventually getting caught.
Okay, so obviously I can't stay hidden very well, so do you
Well, I mean, I don't know how many. What kind of role would that take then to do?
to find somebody? I don't know. Wouldn't be stakeout.
Probably surveillance or something.
Surveillance.
Let me see. What was that dry cleaning thing?
That's physical
So
surveillance.
There are like containers, stuff that you can like hide behind.
Okay.
That would kind of.
Oh yeah, maybe we can. Yeah, well, we got our.
I mean,
I got my stuff.
if you just want to like stop and wait here for a minute and see if somebody comes by, there are places, nooks and crannies you can like crouch in.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, I think that's the better way to go.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Why don't you both then, if you're going to reposition, go ahead and make do the stealth checks again, but go ahead and up the asset die, which is the third one, from a D6 to I'd say a D10. This looks like there's some pretty good. It's dark, it's raining, it's storming.
Yeah.
Between that and these kind of cargo containers and equipment staying there, it's pretty.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 5.
Okay.
11 and a D10.
Mm-hmm.
Yay, 14.
There you go. All right.
Barely, but made it.
Yep. Got it. Exactly 13 too. Jeez.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
So you're gonna wait till somebody comes by.
Yeah, and then try to pull them in.
Okay.
However we do that.
You don't have to wait long. A guy is headed. He's probably headed from the direction of the stern, or not the stern. The what's the back of a ship called? Stern is the front. Is it the bow?
Bow?
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway, he's headed from the back to the front, and so he walks by. You kind of see him walk by, and he
Like a crewman or a guard or.
He's dressed in fatigues. He's got on like a, no, he doesn't look like a sailor. And he says something into a walkie-talkie in Russian.
Okay.
Oh, well, she would understand it. She speaks Russian.
Yeah, basically he's just checking in with someone and says, yeah.
I was looking to see.
He says, basically says the stern,
Don't you have like some sort of martial arts thing, Amy?
I'm looking for it. Body concealment, safe house demolition, DNA fingerprinting. I can do some trace analysis on him.
Just one you had like martial arts type of thing.
I have a lot of things to go through to try and find it.
Yeah. Forensics, explosives, guerrilla tactics. Is that now? Oh, there it is. Guerrilla tactics.
You've got fighting style.
Well, I have hand-to-hand combat.
Harness, striking D4.
Where are you seeing that? Because I see hand to hand. Oh, gorilla up here. Okay. Well, I want to restrain him, right?
Yeah.
But do I need to use hand to hand combat first?
Yeah, you'd have to jump out and grab him.
So then it says my hand to hand combat is a d12 with an asterisk, and it's a reflex. So it'd be d12, d10, right? Because d10 is my reflex. Yeah. So d12.
And then you've got a fighting style also that
Yeah.
you get a boost if you're striking with a knife, and you get downgraded one if you're trying to grapple.
I'm at 9 right now on 2 dice, so this is not going well. So what would be the third one that I'm doing? So it'd be, I rolled a d12 and a d10, right? So that's the d10 is my reflex, d12 is hand to hand, and then the third one.
Hand to hand combat, roll to hit either striking or grappling distance. Strike succeeds, roll damage.
Well,
Grapple succeeds, roll a grappling. Combat roll
I don't know if it's successful
against
because
each
I don't
other
know
with
what
each.
3 dice to roll.
Well, I'm trying to read right now.
He's trying to figure it out.
This dice
Rolling
roll
reflex,
sucks.
reflex plus combat plus an asset if applicable.
Reflex.
Yeah.
Which is d10 plus combat, d12, and then which one after that?
Mm-hmm.
Or would this be close combat? Close quarter combat? No. It would be hand to hand, I think we said.
Hand to hand.
Add style die as an asset. I don't know what that means.
Okay, so you got a D12 for your hand-to-hand combat.
Yeah, and it's a reflex. So it'd be D12, D10, and then it says HTH, H2H die steps. Add die.
Oh, you get a D4. You get a D4 for your fighting style.
Okay, and then those are the only 3 I get to roll.
Yeah, because that's considered your asset.
Okay,
so but let me +1 asset when striking with a knife. -1. Okay, so no, if you're grappling, you don't add it because it's a strike. It's intended to be a striking. Like the style is more for striking, not for grappling.
Okay.
So you're at a lower asset die when grappling. Which a D4 just if you lower D4, it just there's nothing. You just don't roll it. So
I
yeah,
only do a D10 and a D12.
Yeah, that's still a pretty good die pool though.
Yeah.
Not with this roller. Let's see. D10, 4.
And then
D12. Oh, 1. No. This die roller sucks.
But we'll see what he rolls because he might whiff.
I guess nothing.
I'm ready to ask if I can roll actual dice. This is terrible.
It's random.
I don't believe that. Because I don't think you're rolling super great. I don't think BJ's rolling super great.
Don't jinx yourself. I'm about to roll against you.
Okay, then please roll bad.
Let's see. So it was reflex, combat. All right, let's see here. Reflex, combat, and oh, dang. Oh, wait a minute,
Then you should have gone after him, Carl, instead of me if I knew I was going to be this bad at it.
Well, I mean, I'm going to try to. I was hoping you'd hit him and then I can restrain him.
Apparently, I can't hit anything. I should have just shot him. Might have had half a chance. Then I'd have 3 dice instead of 2.
Yeah, let me check. Part of the struggle with this, I think, is there's a little bit of inconsistent language sometimes from like the rule book to the.
What's that?
Sometimes there's kind of inconsistent language on how they describe stuff. You have to.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not so unclear you can't figure it out, but it just doesn't just always jump out.
Mm-hmm.
Like trying to figure out what I'm supposed to roll for him with let's see, chase. Where are the martial arts in the rule book though? Apologies to the viewers.
That's okay. I can pause it if you need me to. So what does the asterisk next to this mean then? That I'm supposed to be trained in it?
There we go. He's trained in.
Oh, melee is over here. Melee attack, reflex.
Backers, 3 and 4 totaling.
Hand to hand should have been D10, D12 plus asset die.
Grappling, stronghold, fighting styles. An asset dice is included if the combat is trained in a fighting style.
That's where it gets weird because I have an asterisk in it, so I guess I'm supposed to be trained, but I suck at it.
Yeah, that seems really strange that you would have a.
That I don't get a third die.
Well, you would have if you were just trying to punch him or kick him. Then you get to add that D4 for your fighting style, but it did. Since the fighting style isn't really a grappling style, it downgrades.
What about for surprising him?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we need to count that into it as well.
I mean, quite frankly, if I knew I wasn't going to get an asset die, I'd attack him with a knife and just try not to kill him.
Well, yeah, and it's a knife fighting style, so you actually get an upgrade for attack.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. But it doesn't say what die to use.
Nope.
Asset dies included if either combat is trained in a fighting style. And at the okay.
Hand-to-hand melee damage roll.
Fighting styles are obtained like specialized skills, but used asset dice. To train in a fighting style, an agent must first take the hand-to-hand combat specialized skill.
Which I do have.
Each fighting style uses one proficiency slot. A fighting style begins as a D4 and can be increased with training. Okay. Wow. His combat is a D8. look at your. Like, I don't see combat on your actual
I have hand-to-hand
skill
combat.
list.
Well, I have an asterisk next to hand-to-hand combat, so it's got to be somewhere.
She has like a
Okay, it's under trade. It's okay. It's under trade. That's the thing is, there's combat under tradecraft.
Then she should under hand-to-hand fighting styles. She probably has something there.
I do hand-to-hand combat, but I don't. Because if I go to the HTH melee, it says a melee attack is reflex plus knife or axe fighting plus an asset die. So
Yeah, I'm not seeing your special combat skills on the actual, because we've got analysis,
because there's an
nerve,
asterisk
reflex,
next to
reflex, endless, nerve, reflex, intellect, reflex.
I thought she had a martial art.
Oh, there we go. I see what I'm looking at wrong here. It's on a different page.
Uh-oh, where is it supposed to be?
Oh, there we go. Did that change it on yours when I changed it just now?
Change it where?
On the HDA melee calculator under hand-to-hand,
melee?
the second one should be D10 plus D12 plus D4. I just added a D4 on that asset die.
It didn't, but I can put it in there, the D4, so...
Well, that's on the, with a weapon. There's a second thing right below it.
Okay, yeah.
It says hand-to-hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll clear that out of there. Oops.
I'll clear
On that one,
you
just...
got it, okay.
Yeah, and so what happens is that, yeah, that's your die pool for a hand-to-hand attack or defense. Normally. And then if you're trying to grapple, the D4 goes down to, it disappears because that's not what your fighting style is meant to.
Well, then I definitely I won't use that in the future. I'll just
Okay.
attack. This is...
All right. Did you roll a D10 and a D12 though before when you attacked him?
I did.
Or try to grab him?
I didn't make it to 13. I made it to 9. So
Well, you're going against what he rolls, not what he actually.
I haven't rolled on that at all. What do you need me to roll?
I roll a roll and see if it beats yours for him trying to defend himself.
I'm pretty certain anything can beat a 9.
But then Carl also said he's surprised, so I'm going to deny him his reflexes because he's surprised. Whoops. So let me ignore that. I'm going to only re-roll that. Yeah, I'm going to deny him his reflexes because you surprised him because you were hidden. All right. Are we still? Are you going to record again?
I didn't pause it.
Oh, okay. So he got a 10. Barely. So you try to grab him, and he manages to push you off. Even though he's kind of surprised. Maybe it's because it's raining and everybody's hands are slippery. I don't know.
Well, I'll try to pistol whip him.
Okay. Yep. He's still. Yeah. You can do one thing and then we'll go into regular combat. So go ahead, Carl.
Okay.
Try to just catch him off guard there.
Yeah. So what is that? D8, and
if you're using a weapon, it'd be however it would work. Just as a bludgeon. Does it say in the description of the gun what happens if you just want to use it as a blunt object?
Probably not. Doesn't.
I'll give you a D4 for it since it's not a purposefully a melee weapon, but
10.
He rolled a 12 to.
All right, I'll just kick him off the fucking boat.
Okay. All right. So we're going to go into a regular combat
Okay.
round then, and how that works, if I remember correctly, is
There's points,
let's see
right?
what his
That we spend.
reflex is.
Yeah, we have action points.
Yeah. So we start. You got action points equal to your reflex
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
die. So anybody have a reflex of 12?
No, I have 10.
Okay, so we'll start with the people with a 10. So people with 10 get to go first.
So
Uh,
Amy goes.
hand to hand costs you 4, melee costs you 4, throwing an object costs you 4. Yeah. What do you want to do?
I was thinking I would just hit him, but maybe just shoot the gun at him
And that'll bring the whole boat. But
so I can mess up with hand to hand again.
If you attack with your knife as hand to hand, then your asset dice becomes a D6.
Right.
So you'd be a D10, D12, and D6 for your pool.
Okay. D10, 6, D12, 12. I don't re-roll that, do I? A 12 on a 12?
Not on your tradecraft, no.
Okay. So I'm at 18 at the moment, and then you said a D6?
Huh?
A 3.
So what did you get all together?
19, I think.
Okay. Yeah, you beat him, so lashing out with your knife. So the damage would be, then you roll, let's see.
I was going back to this melee thing, so damage. Hand to hand melee damage. Pulse D8. Attacker damage equals attacker's roll minus defender's roll.
The attacker must beat the defender's roll to hit. Damage is determined by rolling pulse and asset versus pulse and asset and subtracting the defender's die from the attacker's.
Okay. So pulse.
So you'll roll a pulse, and so that's your pulse and your D6.
Okay.
Or D6 for your fighting style.
Okay, so my pulse is D8 and my fighting style is D6. So I roll a D8 and a D6.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so D8, 3, D6, 1. Yeah. 4.
4. And then he rolls
And we'll change the dice again.
pulse, armor, and fighting style.
Yeah, if he can't beat a 4, he's really bad. Or is that just the damage? Yeah, see?
Yeah, he beats it, so no damage. All right. Carl, are you at a D10 also for?
So
I'm at an 8.
So I'm trying to figure out what happens here. So I attacked and I was successful, but I do no damage to him.
Yeah, he was able to shrug off any damage.
Okay.
Okay.
But you're at a so now because you have 10 action points. You just spent 4 to use in hand-to-hand combat.
Mm-hmm.
When we get down to count 6, you can do it again. You still got 6 left.
Yeah, I'll go at 8.
So it's 8. So go ahead, Carl.
All right, I'm gonna try to hit him again.
This guy has an insane hand-to-hand combat. So that's got to be a typo.
Okay.
That is a typo. I'm sorry. I'm giving him too much credit for his fighting skill.
Okay.
Let me.
How do you know it's a typo?
Well, because it's his combat is. It says his combat is a D8. His combat specialized skill D10 for hand-to-hand combat. and I'm giving him a D10, but that's not what it's supposed to do. But it means I'm supposed to roll a D10 instead of a D8 for his combat
Mm.
die, and then add the D4 for his.
I rolled a 9 anyway, so.
Okay, but let me re-roll and see if Amy actually damaged him.
I think anyone can roll higher than a 9, BJ.
Well, let's see though, because he's only going to get these 2 dice. Okay, he did. But
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He rolled better than the last time.
all right, now I got it. I'm sorry about that. Okay,
That's okay.
so you tried to hit him and missed, Carl?
Yeah, I got a 9.
Okay, what is he armed with? Oh, he's wearing body armor too. Yeah, as you guys scuffle, you can tell he's also wearing some body armor. Okay, so he's going to attack. Since Apollo was the last one to go at him, he'll attack you. So that's
Attack me.
reflex. No, he's attacking Apollo.
Oh, okay.
Reflex combat, and he's going to use his Sambo to try to strike back at you. So, Carl, you trained in any martial arts?
Nope.
Okay, so you'll roll reflex and combat to try to
Okay.
get it, block him or get out of the way. He gets a 14.
He hits me.
Okay. And so then let me see damage works on that. Which was 3, 4, total 9, 7, tech goes. Pulse. Okay, so you'll roll a pulse to try to resist.
What's pulse?
That's one of your
It's up
attributes.
Like my pulse is the D8.
Okay, I got it. So I roll a D8.
Is that your pulse?
Yep.
Yep. A 2.
2. So you take, and you would take. He rolled a 7, so you take 5 damage.
I die. I think.
Seriously?
No, I don't know. Where are the hit points?
It should be. I don't know. I don't remember.
On dossier, reputation, health. Yeah, health.
Oh, okay.
So you.
It says 18 and 16. I don't know what that means.
So you would. Does it let you mark off the? Interesting. Yeah, I would just take 5 off of there. Then you have 5. You're at 5 damage.
I can't. I have to just. Everything is like a block. I'll just put -5 next to it.
Okay, sorry.
I can't. It won't let me.
Huh. All right.
Okay. All right, I got it. That's fine. I got -5 somewhere noted.
Okay. All right. Okay, now we're down to 6. So Amy, you can go again.
I'm curious. If I pick something up, do I get to use my improvised weaponry to hit him with, or no?
Yeah.
Instead of the knife, so would that still get me my D10, D12, and then instead of a D4, use the improvised weaponry? Or do I lose the other?
You do reflex, combat, and then the improvise. Yeah, you still get 3 dice.
So the improvised is a D10, so I would get D10, D12, D10.
I think it would go back to a D10 on your combat. You're up at a D12 if you're using hand to hand, but if you're not, if you're just doing a weapon, it goes back to the D10 combat. So it'd be D10, D10 plus whatever the improvised weapon is.
D10. My improvised weapon under guerrilla tactics is D10.
Wow. Yeah, do that.
So I'd rather
you need
that
3D10.
I'd rather do that.
All right. So let's say there's there's probably like a wrench or something laying there. Yeah, there's pick up a wrench.
And whack. Hopefully whack him.
Okay. And
so 3. 2. They're not even really I give up. I'm rolling regular dice after this.
what'd you get all together?
6, but they're not even rolling all the way. Like, so yours are rolling, and it doesn't. It does lumps there. Well, that time it rolled, but it just came out and stayed at whatever it was there. Just very frustrating. This is my biggest complaint with Owlbear. Sorry, I hate their dice rolling.
It's all random, Amy.
No, it's not. If it's random, why are your dice rolling and mine just stop? If it's random. And I keep changing colors, I keep changing dice, and it does the same thing. It just thunk. Whatever. Can I use a fortune point to... Well, no, I can't even make it with that. Never mind. Might as well just jump overboard and give up. That's where I'm at with this. Extremely frustrated.
Okay. Okay, so now we're at...
Because there's absolutely no way I can roll a 2, a 1, and a 2 on 3d10. And
it happens.
But Carl, they never go past the middle of the thing. Yours roll. Mine never goes past. I hit the roll button and it just stays right there with the number it appears.
Well, what's next?
Whatever.
I went at 4.
It's 2.
So you can go.
I can go at 4 again, right?
Yeah. So it's...
I have 2 left, so I can't go again.
Let's see. How close are we to the ledge?
Like the railing?
Yeah.
Not very far. Just a few feet in.
But we want to get this guy so we know where the professor is, right? So, yeah, just same thing. Just try to beat him up.
You can fire a firearm without aiming at 2 AP.
Yeah, but then
You're the one, Carl, that told me I can't fire at him.
I'm not going to fire. I'm just going to roll 10.
10 versus his. You're going to grappling with him.
No, I'm just trying to pistol whip him still.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay, so he fends you off. He's going to attack back.
Okay. I guess we got we found the biggest fighter.
Whatever.
Yeah. We found their level 5 fighter or whatever.
Okay, so
D8, 2D8.
Whatever it is to defend yourself. Yeah.
7.
Okay.
And I roll the other one. So I'm sure it's going to hit me. 4.
Yeah.
I take 3 more. Okay.
Okay. So we'll be at a new round. So Amy, you get to go first again.
Okay.
I'm thinking I'd rather try something else.
Okay.
Is there a way that I can just fall into him and puke on him?
Why are you doing that?
Because I can't do anything else. I can't seem to hit him. I can't damage
Just
him.
just keep going. Our luck's bound to change.
I doubt it. I'll use the improvised weapon again. 3d10, and I bet you I'll roll ones on every single one of them. 3. Didn't move across my screen again. This is very frustrating. 1. Didn't move across the screen. And a 6.
So
So
10.
what is that all together? 10?
Mm-hmm. So no. I will give up on the next one, Carl, and just throwing myself at him would work better. I'd be more
Okay.
successful.
Ah, you hit him.
Barely.
There.
But I can't do any damage to him.
Yeah, you'll roll your pulse and the improvised weapon.
D8, D10.
So, yeah.
You might.
2. No, I don't think so. Doesn't move on my screen. And a 10. But I don't get to roll that again. So
12.
12. Because you don't re-roll. You only re-roll on attacks, right? Not anything else?
No, if your pulse hit, if that rolled high, then it.
No. My pulse was normal. But the improvised weapon, I got a 10 on a 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Nope, you damaged him.
Okay.
Crack. Let's see. Health. Yeah, you hit him good. He's still up, but you hit him good. Go ahead, Carl. So you
Okay.
can finish him off.
Okay. I'll try. 2d8 again. Come on, dude. And then we got to interrogate him. 6. No, there's no way.
Okay, yeah, he fins you off. He's gonna since Twilight just brained him with a wrench, he's gonna go after her. Okay.
And what do I roll?
You'll just it's the same thing as when you attacked him, the same 3d10.
3d10?
Mhm.
Let's try putting all 3 out there. Maybe it'll actually move on the screen. 10.
8, 10. Okay, so he gets you, but you get to defend yourself with your pulse and your improvised weapon.
So what does she take?
You
You
can defend yourself.
Yeah, you're trying to resist the damage, so roll your pulse and your.
Wasn't that what I just did? Roll it again.
Yeah.
That was to avoid the attack. Now you're trying to resist the damage.
So all 3 again, or just 2 of them?
Just your pulse, whatever your pulse die is, and your weapon.
D8, D10.
Mm-hmm.
6.
Okay, so you take 2 damage.
I don't know how to make these dice actually roll on the screen.
Okay. And
is there a way to do that? What am I supposed to do here?
They're rolling on mine. I can see them roll.
They come up with a number, and that's
so it's my turn.
No, he was attacking her, so we're back to the top of the
round
initiative again. So it's Amy's turn.
Amy again.
Okay. I'll 3d10 him again.
Okay.
Because I don't think there's anything else I can do. It's pretty obvious he's not going to just surrender or talk to me. 5. 5.
Yeah, you hit him. You got an 8.
7, 17.
Yep. So roll your pulse and improvised weapon for damage.
I have to look this up. Hold on. I think it's a D8 and D10. Pulse D8, D10. 3,
Oh, see, we know you're going to damage him. I'm just going to see how much.
9.
Oh yeah, you knock him. He drops. Just he just yeah. In fact, you probably need to like check him to make sure you didn't crack his skull. That was a solid hit.
Okay. Well, can I just pull him behind?
We'll just say since you weren't trying to kill him, we'll just say you just hit him in the ribs and knocked the wind out of him. He falls over.
Yeah, we'll drag him into like out of sight.
There's a doorway. We'll just say there's probably a doorway within a few feet of you that goes into those.
Okay. We can lock the door.
I don't think you can. It's just sort of a ship's. I mean, you could try to jam it shut, but it goes into a stairwell.
Okay.
There's some stairs going up and stairs going down. I think. Let me check the map here to make sure I got that right. Yep, there's some stairs going up and some stairs going down.
Okay. What's your interrogation, Apollo?
My interrogation is going to be. My interrogation. I don't know what is it under? Oh, there it is. Oh, D12. Yeah.
Yeah, you interrogate him because I only have a D6.
Yeah.
But I'll try see if there's some rope around or something to tie his hands up and.
Yeah.
And
Okay. Yeah. We bring him to, I guess. Tie him up with some cord. Bring him to, and say, "Hey, man, we just want to know where the professor is. Hopefully, you know."
You speak Russian?
Huh? I'll have her translate. Oh, wait.
she speaks.
He speaks English. He speaks English here.
I'll talk to him in Arabic.
He doesn't understand.
Really? That's shocking. Guess he wasn't stationed in Syria. Okay.
He speaks English though.
Okay, yeah, I'll speak to him in English.
Yeah, he hurls an insult at you in English to let you know he speaks English.
Okay. Well, I figure you would have been deployed in Syria, so I started speaking to you in Arabic. All right, just tell us where the professor is.
You try so interrogation. You have to you roll a nerve plus human intelligence plus any specialized skills, or human intelligence with adjusting for any specialized skills.
All right, I got D12. What else?
Okay, and then he'll roll to. So let's see, what does he roll?
And I just do I roll an asset dice also?
Combat technique. Okay. Do I roll an asset? When it's two people opposing each other,
okay,
you only roll an asset if there's like a weapon or a special gear involved.
Well, if he's intractable, I'll put a gun to his head.
Yeah.
15.
Oh no, you won that one big time. He got a 5.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe there's a promise that we'll let you go. No big deal.
The interrogator wins the first roll. The detainee will talk.
Okay.
But a second roll is required to see if they tell the truth.
Okay.
Okay, and here's where we actually include a decision die in the pool. Detainee does not fear retribution, has no strong allegiances, low-level foot soldier mercenary.
I still say we throw him overboard, but...
Let's see if we can't get the information first.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and so make another...
Another roll? Uh-huh. Any asset? Dice?
It's required. Roll the detainee's nerve, human intelligence, so the detainee gets a decision die based on their morale or disposition. So
No, 8. Yuck. Well, I guess we
He's
have to
still
work
not.
him
I mean,
up.
he's not. Yeah, so he's talking, but you can't really tell if he's telling you the truth.
Okay. I'll kick him in the nuts.
Can I ask him in
Tell us the
Russian?
truth.
Can I just ask?
Huh?
Can I just talk to him in Russian? I have a D12 in Russian.
Yeah. Yep.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to necessarily interrogate him, but just speaking to him, what do I have to roll?
Just to talk to him, you don't have to roll anything.
Okay.
You're both fluent in Russian.
She'll just ask him in Russian. She's like, I really don't want to hurt you. I really was just trying to get your attention, and then, the waves are going everywhere, and then I got the knife out to try and stabilize myself, and I didn't mean to hurt you. This White Queen, she's dictating everything, and, she's gonna blame everything on you, so if you help us, maybe I can get you sanctuary. Please help us. We're trying to save him. She wants to blow up our country. Please.
Let's see what your skills are related to this.
She has a
Is that
D12 in Russian.
Let's see. Is this going to be? So we've got interrogation. Is there a diplomacy or like more of a just actual? Or I guess that's good cop though.
Trying to be good.
Persuasion and rapport. Yeah.
Okay, I have to look where that is.
You've got a D6 in that. So you'd roll your nerve. So roll 2D6. I will give you another D4 since you're talking to him in Russian though. So roll D6, D6, and D4.
Okay. 2. Yeah. These dice aren't even rolling. And a 3.
So you got a 7?
Yeah. Pretty good.
Okay. Yeah, he's still kind of.
Can try? Like, can we pause and can I reload this? Because my dice aren't even rolling; they're just showing up. It makes a noise like a clunk, and then there's a number.
Yeah, we can reload if you want to.
It's very frustrating. So hold on a moment.
Okay.
Okay, so what do I need to roll?
So roll. Yeah, it's 2D6 plus. We'll just retry that again. Roll 2D6 and a D4.
Okay, D6, 1, D6, 1, and a D4. 1. Whatever. And I think that goes up now, doesn't it?
Yeah. You're still voting the 13 though. Yeah, but then Carl, you said you were going to kick him in the crotch.
Well, if she's gonna stop me and
I'm not
just go.
stopping you.
No, I mean I'll refrain. I'll let Amy see if that works or not.
It didn't work.
It didn't work.
I rolled what, 4 altogether. Not even.
Yep.
I mean,
this is not my.
Yeah, he's sort of.
I don't understand why you're so defiant. Just help us out. It's storming outside. We'll just leave you tied up. We'll get the guy and go. If you continue to be intractable, we'll just toss you into the ocean.
Oh,
and find somebody else.
If a player character's okay, I'm sorry. Adjustments to Washington interrogator for every hour of interrogation.
We're not going to spend an hour.
Okay, roll. Try one more time and increase your. Yeah, if you like kick him, you actually give you a bonus to the. To the human intelligence thing. So you kicked him.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So I get another acid, or what I get, or what happens?
You get what's your human intelligence?
D12.
It goes up. It's okay. You can just add a D4 to that. It bumps it up.
Okay. 17.
Okay.
I mean, my partner here wants to be nice about it, but
All
I'll
right.
just as soon throw you into the water and kick him.
He's like now where is he? I gotta remember where they put him.
He's in a
Down in the
stairwell.
hole.
Oh, where the guy is?
Period. Okay, so he is on the main. He has a lab. And you are on the main deck. You've kind of jumped into just a stairwell here. Oh, you're actually pretty close. So
Oh,
you've
wow.
gone into a stairwell. Here, I don't know why I can just show these to you. It's become more trouble than it's worth to hide it.
Okay. And we're where? We're on the main deck in the stairwell, right?
Yeah, let me call a pointer. You kind of scuffle kind of happened here. You drug him into this stairwell, and he kind of tells you there's a lab space set up over here.
Mm-hmm.
So if you go in kind of this sort of large, kind of open storage area,
Mm-hmm.
there's that's where he's at.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll just leave
But
him tight.
his radio is now going off.
Oh, you're gonna have to. We've heard his voice. You're gonna have to mimic his voice, Amy, and tell him everything's fine. It's all fine here.
As a female. Okay, we'll try
Well,
this.
just use your husky voice.
My husky voice. So my impersonation and accents. So it would be D8. So D8.
Let me see what this guy's name is, so you've got the right name to use.
I could just ask him to do it.
Yeah, you could try to make him do it.
Yeah.
So what would I have to do for that? I mean, she would just
On the main deck are the white so you hear on the radio, Alexi, report.
Do you want to tell him to do it, or do you want to try to do it?
Well, she wants to ask him if he would be willing to just say all is fine. And she wants to hold the gun to his head and ask him if he's willing to say it. So is that intimidation?
Yeah.
So D6, D6, and nothing else.
I mean, you guys have kind of already intimidated him pretty well. So, yeah, he says yes. Yes, all's well. I had to stop and take piss.
And she'll say, in Russian, she'll say, I am very proud of you, comrade. Thank you so very much. And she'll tell him in Russian because she knows Apollo can't hear him. And she'll say, he'll hear that she's talking, but she'll say, are you truly a part of this? If you're not, be honest with me and maybe I can help.
What I would ask why you're not.
Why I'm not a part.
We're bringing the scientists back to Russia.
But do you know what the White Queen is trying to do? She wants to blow up Ukraine. That's your next door neighbor. Those are your brethren as well. Why would you want to be a part of such?
I've never heard anything about blowing up the Ukraine.
That's what our intel says. And you strike me as a very reasonable man.
I think that's a. Are you fibbing to him? I don't remember that being part of the.
Well, I mean, I have written down that she, the White Queen, is supposed to be a Ukrainian woman posing as a Russian.
Yeah.
I'm kind of fibbing with him, but
Okay. You can make a deception check to see if he believes you.
I gotta figure out where that is. Where's deception, Carl?
Or whatever. I don't know what we would call it in this one. Let's see. Intellect, nerve.
I have persuasion, rapport, resistance, direct questioning, cold reading, pickpocketing, disguise, acting. um, Negotiation.
What's the disguise and acting under? What category is that?
Deception. It's under deception, which is a D8.
Oh, there it is. Yeah. Yeah, I would say this is a deception, and you can use your acting.
Okay, so
Which
D8, D8, D8.
D8. It's just D8, D8, and D6 because that's sort of a normal.
D8, 2, D8. Oh, 9, and then D6 or D.
Yeah, D6.
Okay. 12. No, 13.
12.
No,
13. Okay.
13. 9 plus 4 is not 12. 13.
Okay. He's like, he tells you he wasn't aware of any plot to for aggression against the Ukraine. Although I guess if we're technically if it's 2025, you're already engaged. They're already engaged in an invasion of Ukraine. So he's probably okay with things being blown up there. It's like I was not aware of this, but all the better.
But I would hate to have to take your life over this.
Well, we're wasting time. We know where the guy is. Let's go.
All right.
But we promised we wouldn't throw him overboard because he was nice. We'll take his radio, that's for sure.
Take his radio, his gun, his armor, and leave him tied up in this.
Yeah.
If you want to strip him of his body armor, that's going to take a few minutes.
Nah, let's not worry about it.
Oh, but it would be nice for us to have armor.
Yeah, it's okay.
All right.
I thought you guys already had armor.
We already do.
Okay. Well, Alexi, we're going to leave you with your armor, but she's going to put a rope in his mouth so he can't yell.
Yeah, we'll gag him.
Terribly sorry. I wish this could be different. If you're not dead by the time we get back, maybe I'll take you with. And I guess we'll head up the steps.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's getting her gun out, though.
What is going on in this room? So you come into room 23.
And I do have fun things that I can do with weapons. So
there are hatches starboard and aft, each locked from the outside with a pad. So he's locked in there. It's locked, but you're on the outside. So.
Oh, he's locked inside?
So he can't.
Yeah, when you approach the door, there's a padlock on your side. Like whoever's in there couldn't get out. But if you can get rid of that padlock, then you can open the door.
Okay. Let's see. I'm sure I got something.
I'm looking.
Lockpick picking. I got a D8.
There you go.
Okay, go for it.
I don't know if I have.
Do you have picks with tools with you?
I don't know. You don't give us stuff.
I'm sure.
Oh, you know what? No, wait. I know. No, we have stuff. We have stuff. We have that like stuff. I think I have that laser thing. Remember we had.
On your spy watch.
Yeah, where's the spy watch thing? Where's the spy watch on the character?
Let's see. Input sheet.
When do we recover points or whatever? Or do we? Tracker. Here it is. Smartphone.
Yeah, you have a laser cutter on it.
I have a laser cutter. There you go. Laser cutter.
All right. So you cut the padlock off and pop the door open. All right.
Yep. Also, I have a cell jammer too. So just in case we need to. But obviously, once we do that, then they're going to like, oh, someone's jamming us, right?
All right. So the room you've entered it looks like some sort of lab. There are hatches, starboard and aft, like I said, that are locked from the outside. Benches run the circumference of the room with scientific equipment and computers on all the surfaces.
Mm-hmm.
Once inside, though, the forward door.
Do I see an explosive? Like, is he making an explosive?
No, he's working. This looks like some sort of like, biochemical lab where he's doing medical
Oh wow. Okay.
research. But this door here isn't open. Like that one would be locked from the outside. That one's locked from the outside, but this one is open.
Okay.
Or there's no apparent lock anyway.
Is he by himself? Is he by himself?
There's nobody in here.
Oh.
He's not in there either?
Okay.
Do we see any notes or anything?
Well, I mean, you've got like clipboards with, lab notes.
Okay. I want to take it off.
Okay.
No computers or anything in here?
No, well, like there's like computer equipment you would need to, run analyses and things like that.
Okay. Well,
probably looks like the labs you worked in, Carl.
Okay.
In real life.
Maybe.
Looking to see if I have anything, because I can hack. I have computer hacking. It's not much. It's a D4. And then I have biometrics, paramedic. We just need to figure out where he is.
Yeah.
The radio comes in again, and whoever's on the other side says, "Stern is clear. I'm heading to bow. I'm heading to bow."
Where are we?
You're not actually out on the deck anymore. You're
okay. Well, where's it?
Can I try using my impersonation, not to sound like Alexi, but to make it sound like I'm trying to answer, but there's static and.
No, we don't need to report in, do we? He's not asking us what's going on, right? So.
Okay.
All right. So
Can I make an improvised explosive in here? So maybe if they go to turn the computer on or do something that it would blow.
Let's just set it up to.
I mean,
blow up.
You probably could.
Okay. Do I have to roll my improvised explosives for that?
Yep.
Okay, so that's D12. So that's under reflex. So do I roll my reflex and that?
Uh-huh.
I think, wait a second. No, D12, and then that's it, right? But I do have.
Well, you're talking about. Well, we're in a lab where there's stuff that can certainly it's combustible.
Okay.
I don't know. It's not like they're in here making gunpowder or bomb. It's not an explosives lab. It's a,
Well, you can start a fire. That's for sure.
You start a fire, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I want to give a reason for something going on. And then, is there another door we can go into to see if he's around or?
Yeah, there's a door.
Okay.
Right there.
All right.
So do you want to check that door while I'm starting a fire?
Yeah. Let's not start a fire just yet. We'll start when we leave.
Right, but I have to get everything together to make the fire, so you might as well go check.
Okay. So I'll go check that other door. Gun out just in case, but
So this is an actual cabin where with a bed and stuff.
Mhm.
And there's a older gentleman in there that certainly looks like the picture you've seen of Dr. Belyakov.
Dr. Belyakov, I presume.
Who are you?
Oh, wait, I have a question before we answer that question. Are we here to rescue him, or is he coming willingly, or was he
You're supposed
kidnapped?
the goal is to
He,
Was he kidnapped? Was he forcibly taken?
our
Like,
intel said that he was taken.
all right. Well, I mean, the door was locked, so they wouldn't let him out of here, right?
Right.
yeah. He's like
Because we're here to rescue you.
he like hushes you as soon as you like say something.
Oh, really?
He looks scared.
Oh, then there's probably listening abilities in the room.
Okay, I got something.
He points. He points to the so when you come in the door, there's like a door on the other end of the cabin,
Mhm.
kind of opposite, and he kind of points to it and like shakes his head.
Oh, like a camera? What does he point to?
He motions you over.
Is there someone there?
He wants you to go
And
over to him.
He wants you to come closer, so he's like he's not doesn't want to say anything out loud.
Okay. I have like a bug camera finder too on my watch.
Okay.
Okay. I'll come closer. Still my gun out though.
Okay.
Right.
He's like, there's one standing guard on the other side of that door.
Okay.
He's quite large.
Yes, but we went this way.
Okay.
Is there like something to put in front of the door?
Who's got the radio?
Twilight.
Okay. Okay. So he tells you. He says the door is locked. It'll take him a minute to unlock it if he wants in here.
Oh, well, I told him. Wait, the door that we just came through?
There's a guy on the other side of the door, standing guard.
Okay, but we went the back way, right?
But he's been locked in here. The guy standing out there would have to turn around and unlock the door to come in to see what's going on.
Oh, okay.
He's telling you like it's not like the guy can just open the door and run in here.
Well, I can also melt it. The lock. You can't come through.
Oh yeah, that's true. You could. How many uses are there on that thing?
It says 60. I don't know. It says 60. 60 minutes.
Like a.
No. I don't know. I know the bug camera fire is +1 twice per day. The jammer is 1 minute.
Input sheet.
I'm looking to see.
Well, in any case, I go, well, I put my hand, I kind of motion for him.
60 inches of 1/4 steel. Point cut. I guess it's just a laser. We can do anything a laser cutter can do.
I could shoot him.
But I mean, it's on your watch. It's not like a Star Wars laser where you're going to be blasting people with it. But you can
No.
cut through up to 1/4 inch of steel with it.
Yeah, that's fine. No, I mean, well, we don't need to go that way. We can go the other way. That's why I tell him come this way to the lab.
Twilight's gonna toss you the Black Queen to leave on his bed.
Okay. While you're in there messing with the trying to improvise to start a fire, the radio says, "Alexi, report."
Well, she'll try to do her thing.
Okay.
Her impersonation, so that's D8 again. So it's suave and D8. Right, so D6, D8, is that correct?
Yeah. Although I would say since you're trying to impersonate a male, I would lower one of those dice.
I mean, have you heard Emily Blunt talk? She's got a husky voice. It's deeper than John Krasinski's.
I wasn't going to actually answer. I was going to have it make static, like he's trying to talk, but he can't.
Oh, okay. All right. Go ahead.
So I don't know what to roll for that.
Just your regular dice, and then the D6 decision dice.
Okay, so I have to look at it. Now I lost it over here. I had it just a minute ago.
We need to find a better organized character sheet if we're going to keep playing this game.
There's so many on
There's
here.
a lot of stuff.
That's the problem. So
Yeah.
D8, D8, D6, and then you said roll what else? Just D8,
D6.
D6?
D8, D6, and D6. Okay, so that didn't. 5.
6. Yeah, that's terrible.
Okay.
So I'm just going to have it do static. I'm just going to keep pressing it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to wave at Apollo and point down to the steps and see if I can't get down to where Alexi is.
Okay.
Because if you get the doctor, I can
Well, let's just go.
Yeah, just...
So
let's just go. We can just go.
Remember, your ladder is right here, more or less. It's kind of around in this. We weren't that specific, but
yeah, somewhere over there.
Your ladder's kind of somewhere around here. You came in here. This is where you stashed Alexi, and then you came over this way and found the doctor in here.
Yeah. And there's part of me that thinks that you wanted to throw Alexi over, but
no,
I think he's kind of big.
We're not going to. It's fine.
Okay.
Let's see. Okay.
Well, just grab him and go.
All right.
On our way out, I'll just set the radio next to Alexi so that I don't have anything else in my hands.
Well, as you're exiting the room, you hear a different voice on the radio. It's a female voice. It says, "Alexi, what's happening?"
Did she answer in Russian? Because I have a funny thing that I think I could do.
Well, why don't we just get going? Don't answer. It's fine.
Just hit static back on the radio to try to make him think maybe this was the radio's busted.
Okay.
Now it's a different voice. The first voice was another man that was just kind of checking in. Here's where I'm going. This time it's a woman that says in Russian, "Alexei, report."
I was just going to answer on the radio and say, "He's paid for 30 minutes. Give me my 30 minutes." And then drop the radio.
Yeah, and start the radio. Dark radio. Start the fire. Let's get out of here. Just go. Why are we even engaging in the dialogue?
I'm not in there.
Okay, we're going. Steps. Yeah, we're grabbing and going. I mean.
Yeah.
So you're headed. Well, you
down the
back to
headed this way.
Yeah, back to
where. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
And she'll definitely have her gun out.
Yeah.
Okay.
And have the guy, in between us, the professor.
All right. Okay. Let's see. What's the perceptiveness thing here?
I already started a little bit of the smoldering, so it should...
Yeah, just start the fire, yeah.
Okay. All right. Burning, let's see. Surveillance, was that what there was?
Surveillance? For the...
What's for being aware of your surroundings?
Oh.
Situational awareness?
Guerrilla tactics. I have a D10 in that.
Okay, everybody make a situational awareness.
Four.
Well, we got to roll the whole thing, right?
Yeah, it's gonna. Oh, no, well, wait a minute. It wouldn't be guerrilla. It wouldn't be that.
Yeah, it's a guerrilla situational awareness is guerrilla tactics. So D8.
That's more like It's a reflex, though. That's a reaction thing. I'm thinking this would be more of an intellect or a nerve.
Oh.
Let me look. Black ops, climbing, cryptography, deception, interrogation, stealth, first aid, forensics, forgery, marksmanship, survival, soft skills, parachuting, interrogation.
Behavioral psychological profiling.
I'm trying to figure out, like, when you say like in D&D, make a perception check. Do you just see the thing out of the corner of your eye, or hear the noise? That's what I'm. I guess you could call it situational awareness, and you would just
Yeah.
use
Reflex and
nerve. Like, I guess reflex works there. I guess that is kind of a reacting to what's going on. So it's not strictly. So yeah, let's just do situational awareness.
Okay.
So reflex and situational awareness.
Yep, and D6.
Good. 12.
7.
Okay. So you don't see, but you do hear when he yells, "Stop!" You hear someone in Russian says, "Stop!" I can't remember what the Russian word is for stop.
Oh, from when I'm trying to leave, or we're all trying to leave?
So you guys get kind of into this large open area, and you're kind of heading for the down here. But when you get about right here, you hear someone yell, "Stop!"
Okay.
No, I just keep going.
Or over here.
No, just keep going. Just run.
I'll wave you two on, and can I have my handgun out and follow behind them?
Yeah, you're gonna keep going?
Yeah. Still going, but
Okay, where is this dude?
I'll have Apollo go first with the doctor.
Professor. Yeah.
And I'll be following behind with my gun out, trying to be as aware as I can.
Well, actually, if he says stop and if he has a weapon out, just kill him. Shoot him.
I don't see him.
Oh, he said he's from over here.
From where?
Which okay, I forgot which NPC this is though. Mortal. Okay, where's that guy's stats then? Mission accomplished. There's the doctor. There's the rooks.
I guess I could
That person, there's that person, there's that person.
try to shoot him using my marksman, but if I don't see him, I don't. Well, you said I didn't see him necessarily, but now I heard him, or I didn't perceive that he was there.
Yeah, I was giving you a chance to see him trying to come up behind you, but you didn't. So you're not aware of his presence until he.
Okay. Then on my turn, I would just shoot him.
Yeah, if he gave himself away, just shoot him.
Yeah. But I have to go.
Background, the White Queen, the rooks.
I guess he doesn't care about the fire behind him.
Don't think he's noticed it yet.
Bad.
I just don't understand the timeline. Like, how often do they check in? They checked in once, and then they checked in like 10 seconds later.
Like every few minutes. So you had kind of a check-in while you were interrogating him. You walked over here and you're looking through the lab. There's a check-in while you're in here getting the doctor out, and then as you're kind of gathering up and coming back, a woman's voice checks in.
Okay.
And then
just shoot. I fire.
Okay.
Well, aim and fire a handgun is 8 points, but I have to go on mine, Carl.
Yeah. I'll use my minigun.
Because we go on.
Okay. Anyway, you turn around and you see there's a large guy there. He's got a gun drawn on you.
Okay. Can I shoot?
It was telling you to stop. You gonna stop and aim, or are you just gonna quick fire?
Quick fire, which I think is 2 points, right?
Yep. Yeah, you can shoot him.
Fire any firearm without adjusting aim. So then I would do my handgun, the D12, and then the D6, and then what else?
Well, your handgun should count like it's an asset, so it should have its own die that you add to the pool, kind of like with your hand to hand.
Okay, so
And that should be on your which gun are you using?
The Glock. So it says reflex attack roll is reflex D10 plus skill proficiency of D12 plus D8.
Mhm.
Okay, so D10,
You
D12,
are
D8.
okay.
D10, D12, D8. Sucks. 10.
So what'd you get all together?
10.
10. Okay, not bad. Let's see. And when you're
Bad.
shooting this, well, when you're shooting at somebody, then they've got you're rolling against them, not against the 13.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Attacker, combat, weapon and assets, defender rolls, reflex, and defensive modifiers. They're aware. What are their defensive modifiers? Range combat plus defense. What are the oh, here we go. Partial concealment, full concealment, partial cover, full cover, moving erratically, wind at back, wind at medium range, wind at range, wind at long range, range, shooter's high stress situation. Okay, that makes sense. All right, he was probably not expecting to shoot, so wow, he might actually hit him. Skies.
It's pretty bad if I do hit him because it's
Combat.
4d12.
What did you roll? What was the total?
10.
Yeah, you hit him.
Oh no. So it's damage.
He was dumb enough to stand there and go, "Hey, stop."
I know. That's what.
Well, this says damage for my Glock is 4d12.
That doesn't. I know that's. I don't know if we checked to see. That doesn't make sense, but okay.
Let me check the book. You're right. That doesn't make.
That's what this says over here, but
Yeah.
I think they had something
What?
in their database.
Is it point blank or close? I guess it's
point blank close.
Where's the Glock in here? The small automatic pistol.
Glock 21.
AB. Yeah, Glock 21 AB. Effective range is 150 feet. Rate of fire auto is 4.
So I'm looking at it. It says point blank is D10, close range is D6, medium range is D4.
Man, they really.
You're probably in
so 4D.
pretty close range for a handgun. Yeah,
So the 4D10 or the
it's D6.
1D10?
I don't know where it's getting like multiple damage dice on a
Yeah, I mean,
handgun because
I don't know if it's because I have a silencer on it.
no, it doesn't.
No.
But like the one that.
Oh no, I'm looking at accuracy. Wait a minute,
Yeah.
you're correct. It is two. It should be 2d10 damage.
2D10. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good for him because I roll like crap. All right. 7.
7. So okay, defender unaware. Okay. Now I'm starting to remember. Let's see. Okay. The defender is unaware. Add asset dice to their rolls. Hit occurs if the attacker's total is equal or greater than the defender's total. When you roll dice, and I think body armor comes into play there then. Yeah, armor type. What type of armor is he wearing?
One that'll probably bounce 7 points of damage off of it. That's for sure.
Armor type 2A. Protects against hand-to-hand or melee attacks. Maximum caliber of
The 45.
Okay, so he's wearing the Type 2A. Maximum, this is a 9mm or a 40 cal.
Nope.
Okay. Yep. So you do. How much damage was that?
7.
7. Okay. And his.
Pretty certain that does nothing to him.
Oh no, it does.
It does. Yeah.
Yeah, 7 points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't kill him, but it hits him pretty hard.
So we can keep going. Keep going.
Yep,
Keep going.
you keep running.
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear him yelling in Russian. First at you, and then it sounds like he's more maybe talking on his own radio.
Okay.
Have the professor.
Okay. Well, okay, so you shot him. I guess I keep going.
Just keep
All right.
going. Get the asset out of here.
Okay.
So you can get you run by. Alexia is still there, tied up.
Mm-hmm.
She's probably halfway between your position and where the guy. What had happened was, I mean, he was standing right here, and he kind of came around this little hallway.
Yeah.
As you guys were coming out. So, all right.
But we're going to keep trucking past Alexi and everybody. She will ask Alexi, last chance to come.
No, don't worry about it.
Tied up and gagged. He can't get up if he wanted to.
I gave him a last chance.
All right, he's gonna take a shot at you though. As you pause to turn around. No, the guy that you shot.
Can I duck next to Alexi?
Because he did have his gun out, so let's have him shoot. Let's see.
And I'm supposed to dodge, right?
Marksmanship 10. Yeah, so how we do in how ranged combat works is I got too many books sitting here in front of me.
Ranged combat defense roll says reflex combat asset die.
Yeah, so the attacker reflex combat and their weapon or asset, and the defender rolls reflex and defensive modifiers, which partial concealment, full concealment, partial cover, full cover, moving at a steady pace. So you're moving
at a steady pace.
Yeah, so you get a D4, your reflex and a D4.
Okay, so D10, D4.
And he's going to do his, reflex.
9.
These guys are like, you get the feeling these guys are probably like
11.
Former special forces. That's why they're so tough.
Yeah, well, I have an 11.
Yeah, what kind of gun has he got? An FN-P90?
So I don't get my combat on here because when I click on range combat under defense roll, it says reflex combat and asset die. So I don't get D10, D10, and D4. I only get D10 and D4.
No, you should get the other D10. Go ahead and roll it.
Okay, so 12. Okay.
So what'd you get all together?
18.
All right, he misses you.
Okay, she'll keep going.
Okay. All right. And let me say you shot him pretty good, so he could run after you, but it'd probably make the bleeding worse. So now he's on the radio screaming for someone else to come. Let's see where these other guys are located. Let's see if they can get to you.
Well, if she didn't get the Black Queen to Apollo on time to give to the to leave where the professor was, she'll leave it with Alexi, just on his lap, where he's all tied up.
Okay. Yeah, if you guys, he's on the radio. You guys get here. if you just blow past Alexei, you can get to your
Our thing,
The
yeah.
professor's like going, "What? What? You're going to throw me in the ocean?"
Yep. Just trust
Yep.
us.
Trust us.
Just jump. We got you.
Okay.
We'll put a rebreather on him and then have him jump.
Okay. So we'll say this other guy, he is able to get to the door while you're kind of pausing to get a rebreather on him, but you guys are kind of on the other side of this container, so he can't see you yet.
Have they noticed the fire yet?
If they have, they don't seem to care. This guy's focused on you guys, and you haven't seen what anybody else is doing.
Okay.
You hear the sound of, even through the rain. You begin to hear the sound of a helicopter.
Oh, okay. I guess they fixed it.
We could take it.
No, we have a sub waiting for us.
Yes, I know. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Let's see if there's a leading optional scenario. Let's try to see what you got to roll once you get them down there to whatever that the use of those things are. I guess that would be scuba diving or.
I don't know, but I mean,
This should have been much more fast paced, even if we could skill checks. I feel like it's kind of not as exciting as it should be if we were watching this in a movie. Probably.
I don't know. I mean, he's
Look
just
at
going to
these
be
skills,
hanging
yeah.
on, and we're going to be driving.
Yeah, he's kind of a passive thing, and you guys are going to drive. So,
I'm assuming that's the pilot watercraft again.
pilot. So everybody. So yeah, you make a pilot watercraft reflex plus your skill in that.
Okay, so D10. Do we get a third die at all?
I would say since you've got the thing that helps you. Actually,
Yeah, we have the grapple.
I'm actually thinking more. It's probably tactical swimming, and then you've got a huge asset with that personal thing.
Okay.
So it'll be a tactical swimming in your asset dice. I'm going to call that a D10 because that's a pretty good, handy thing.
Then for me, that's 3D10.
Okay.
1, 2, of course. 10. 15.
There you go. All right, Carl, what do you got on that?
Oh, on the what are we doing?
The tactical swimming.
Oh shit. Tactical swimming.
Yeah. So
That's your reflex.
Your reflex
plus a
tactical swim and then a D10.
looks like you got a D8 on that also. So D8,
So
D8, D10.
2D8 plus 6.
2D8 plus a D10.
16.
All right. So you guys are able to, with your little underwater propulsion devices, you're headed out.
Nice.
Right.
Huh.
All right. I apologize. That's kind of the end. That I think still being unfamiliar with the system, that should have been a little more fast paced.
Yeah, well
Click.
we try to kind of be stealthy about it and not go guns blazing because that just leads to
Yeah. So you want to know? I can tell you what you learn, kind of in the weeks to follow.
Yeah.
As all the assets are put together.
We did get the professor's stuff, so
she was going to double cross the Russians.
Oh,
the helicopter, that was not a Russian helicopter coming in. She when the ship just remains kind of okay. The ship never left. What happens? They surmise that she got on the helicopter. The Russian mercenaries that she were using were all dead.
Oh dang!
So she must have got on a helicopter with a third party.
So Alexei should come with us.
At first it was maybe unclear whether they just kidnapped her and killed everyone else, but the word kind of comes out. No, she double crossed them.
Wow. Well,
But
See,
you did use the lab fire. They think maybe they didn't escape with any information. So you have the professor and his knowledge.
Yeah.
You grabbed his written notes and you screwed up you burned everything else. So
Yeah. Well, we have his notes, so
yeah.
I guess if the company wants to develop that weapon,
Yeah. No. We're talking about the CIA. They're not going to weaponize it. They're going to use that to further healthcare.
yeah,
Of course.
It is Icon. They are international, so maybe you
Yeah.
know.
Well,
Yeah.
I hope that helicopter that picked her up was not the one that
Yeah.
was scuttlebutted.
I know. I guess it was a different one, huh?
Yeah.
That's funny.
So I'm kind of curious now that we finished the first mission, and when maybe we'll come back and play another round later. But I mean, I think tonight just kind of being out of practice.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Out. And this was sort of the very end of a longer, like this wasn't actually a big complicated scenario. It was kind of that last minute. All right, here's the last phase. Get in, grab the guy, get out.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I've got to shift, or I need to maybe refamiliarize myself with the rules. If we were playing like D&D, I know how to keep track of. Okay, this is what can happen in a turn.
Yeah,
and so I know where to move all the NPCs on the map to know whether you're going to encounter them or not. And here, I didn't. Maybe I should have spent a little more time prepping that.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't quite as. And that's a bit. I mean, this is like.
It's a huge.
And that's one of. That's one of three. Well, and look at this. This is one of three maps for tracking where everybody is on the ship.
Jeez.
I mean, if we were probably sitting at a table and I just had the papers in front of me and a pencil, it'd be easy. But trying to do it on a VTT is a little more of a challenge, I think.
Yeah.
So. I enjoy this. I think
I like that this kind of stuff.
I like the espionage.
Again, like in the other sessions, if you guys go back, if the people go back and look at them again, or if they didn't look at them before, you'll see we had a lot more role playing. We had we had an engagement in Paris. Yeah, it was in Paris, right?
Yeah.
So
this particular scenario was more of an action sequence than a.
More than a combat or whatever.
Unless you'd actually confronted the White Queen, that probably would have been, the villain.
Oh, but then I guess it could have been interesting because then she'd have been like, you don't understand. We're doing this, and then we're like, okay, take it. I don't know, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know.
You blew my cover. What are you doing here?
Right.
I mean, I'm curious if she noticed the little black queens that I kept leaving for her.
Well, but maybe that'll be now. You've got a recurring villain.
Yeah, now.
White Queen versus the Black Queen.
Yeah. Although I don't know that I necessarily want to be a Black Queen, but, in chess, not so bad. Better than a ruck, right?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for running, BJ. Sorry.
Thank you for running.
With it just when it's not rolling on my screen, it's frustrating.
Yeah, and I would, I wish there was either a Fantasy Grounds or a Roll20 module for this is the dice pool here. Even if we're on Roll20, you'd still be having to manually create a dice pool. So
yeah,
but it might be easier since we're all more familiar with Roll20 to do that anyway. It's just you don't have a character sheet; you'd still be using a physical character sheet. But right. I think we need to find a simpler character sheet as well.
Yeah, the character sheet.
It wasn't.
It just takes some time to
back and forth. It was frustrating me that you guys are seeing my dice roll, but I'm not.
Oh yeah, that's weird. Yeah, I think it just.
But to Owlbear's credit, Roll20 does this occasionally too, and it frustrates me. So it's not just.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's just getting back into the system because it's been so long that our system mastery is lacking. It's a challenge to.
But it's fun, and I appreciate you running it for us.
Not a problem.
So, hopefully
Okay.
Apollo and Twilight will be back to wreak havoc on the White Queen again.
Maybe.
Yeah, I'll be interested. Just to kind of cross promote, but if you guys ever listen to the Analytic Dice podcast, either Carl or Amy or anybody that's watching the video, they once a month will play a game that's been on the shelf that they've always wanted to try, and then come back and report on how it went, what they liked, what they didn't like. And I think in the last episode that one of them mentioned getting Top Secret New World Order. So I'll be interested to hear their perspectives on it, because they're usually pretty fair, I think, but also have some pretty high standards, because they play a lot of games.
The game at all. I like the game. It's just hard because every skill is somewhere else.
Yeah, you have to. I think you have to play it often in order to understand like all the terminology. There's like unique. There's a unique terminology.
Yeah, and I think if I run a little more, I'll get a little more comfortable with, if I don't know exactly where something is, I know how to make a fair ruling on the call about which dice to use. Because what we should be asking is, okay, what attribute is this? Is there an applicable skill? If there's not an applicable skill, you just roll your attribute twice.
Yeah.
And then what's the inherent difficulty based on an asset you're using, and if no asset, how hard is this particular task? So that's and I had that down really well when we were running it before, and it's kind of
with the holiday break and
and I've been out shoveling snow all day before we. So.
Well, I thought you did a great job.
It was good.
All right. Well, we'll probably. I know.
Yeah, the curious thing about these games like this too is, I think the game sometimes is overwritten, if that makes sense, because a lot of times players are just like, I just want to sneak in there and get what I need to get and get out of dodge. It's not.
Yeah. And that was fine. I didn't expect you. I didn't force a confrontation with the White Queen or there were a lot of other things that could have happened based on how you guys approached it, but you did the classic. All right, sneak in, and you got lucky. You went in.
I know we didn't went in exactly where. Yeah, almost.
Yeah, I was like, a D&D designer would have. They would have put him in the bottom hold of the ship. You'd had to go through.
Yeah. Or at the top of the tower, right?
Yeah. It's like right near the entry point of where you have to enter the ship. So.
Yeah, I made that mistake one time too. It's kind of funny. I didn't realize that one of the players could fly, or I forgot that he could fly or had a spell, and there's like this tower, and he's like, well, why don't I just fly to the top of the tower? I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess you could do that.
Well, maybe
that happened to me one time in a Warhammer.
Yeah.
One of the few times I played Warhammer, I was playing lizard men, and my little skink priest had a spell that he could fly, and the objective to win the scenario was to get inside this tower. And of course, everybody's like fighting at the front door of the tower, trying to get to the tower first and keep everybody away long enough to kind of get in the front door. And I was just like, whoop, to the top. I was like, wait, is that a window up on the top? And the guy was like, yeah. And I was like, whoop, I win.
Well, maybe our viewers can comment down below with similar things, and we'll say good night and good rolling.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.